All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NFL picks and props for Sunday, November 5th slated games. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I am 0-1 because on Thursday Night Football, I hate the Steelers so much. Matt Canada, he is such a freaking bum. He deserves to be fired. I gave out the Titans plus 3.5 versus Steelers, and they did not cover. They barely did not cover, honestly. They should have won the game. I was rooting for Will Levis on that final drive, but the Steelers almost lost to a rookie quarterback in prime time. I feel like that would have been fire Canada chance extreme after that.
Seth?
Yeah, I'm on the fire Mike Vrabel train, like right this second. What is he doing in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, running the football in 3rd and 6? Like,
don't know.
And it wasn't even Derrick Henry. It was Tajay Spears. I was like, dude, bad play call. I lost, though, but there's my rant for the day.
Yeah, as bad as Tennessee was and as bad as our picks were, I mean, the Steelers, they might be the worst, best record team ever. Like, I think they're 5-3. They're a horrible team, and they have a winning record, so I guess we have to give some credit for the Steelers to win games. Matt Canada also on the sideline for the first time in his career, which we would have known that little nugget. But, yeah, I think the thing we could take away from this is that the Steelers, they always win close games, and Will Levis, he might be the real deal because he looked good even though they didn't win the game. He stayed in the pocket a lot. He took a lot of hits, and he under pressure in the fourth quarter, he did a really good job driving the team down the field, and he had to throw that ball for the pick at the end of the game. But I did like what I saw of Will Levis. I think the Titans are going to be all right. But let's get into our plays for tomorrow. 0-1 for everybody. Last time, let's sweep the board the other way this time. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to start us off with this New York Giants at Las Vegas Raiders game. This is going to be a weird game for me to watch. I am a huge Raiders fan, as mostly everybody knows, and I do not want them to win any more games for the rest of the season. We need a quarterback. I'm tired of us being in the pick 8 to 15 range. We need to get a top 5 pick. We need our franchise quarterback. And it is weird. The Raiders should not be favorites in this game. I'm going to be taking the cheese. I may be a doofus, but give me the Giants here at plus 1.5. I just don't understand, honestly, why the Giants are underdogs here because they are getting Daniel Jones back in this game. And I feel like that is going to be a pretty big bump to their offense over what we've been watching Tyrod Taylor do over the last couple weeks. And the Raiders, they're throwing out rookie Aiden O'Connell in this game. And in his last game versus the Chargers, their defensive line absolutely ate him alive. And the Giants' defensive line, yes, they did trade away Leonard Williams, but they still do have Kayvon Thibodeau there. So they still are at least maybe just slightly below the same level as the Chargers. And I just do not expect Aiden O'Connell to succeed much in this game. But new Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce did say he's going to get his playmakers the ball. So I do expect a lot of screens and short routes from Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs to get fed a ton in this game. But I just do not think that Raiders' new offensive coordinator, Bo Hardegree, is going to succeed in this game. He has never called a play in his life. He was the Raiders' quarterback coach before his step up earlier this week. And he's looked way over his head in all the interviews he's done since becoming the OC. It looked like he was honestly about to cry whenever he was asked a question about Josh McDaniels. He's like, oh, I miss him. I got to give him a lot of credit. It's just so hard to get over it, man. It's the NFL. It's your job. You're supposed to be a play caller. He's going to do bad. Give him the Giants here on the road. The Raiders, I do not think they're going to win this game. So give me the Giants at plus 1.5.
Seth?
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to take the Browns minus 11.5 against Arizona. I think we are seeing the first team actually go into tank mode here. I wasn't so sure about this until I figured out Kyler Murray was healthy. He was cleared to play. They still went and traded Josh Dobbs, and they're starting rookie Clayton Tune, who, yes, he was very decorated in college, but guys, let me tell you, Clayton Tune's going to be in over his head in this game at the dog pound with this Browns front five who's going to be pressuring him all day. They're one of the best pressure teams in the NFL here, and I think they're going to be able to win this game on the defensive side of the ball. I know the QB question is still up in the air for the Browns in this one, but that doesn't bother me because Arizona has one of the league's worst defenses as well, and they're going to turn the ball over a lot with Clayton Tune, so Browns are going to have good field position throughout this game. They should be able to easily win this game at home by multiple touchdowns. I'm sending out my thoughts to Clayton Tune in this game because, man, this is going to be a tough, daunting task for his first career NFL start. He's going to be running for his life in that game from Myles Garrett in that front five.
Yeah, I do like the play there, but if this was any other team besides the Browns who have a really good defense, I like Clayton Tune. I just want to get it out there. I haven't seen him play yet, but I loved him in college, so I like Clayton Tune. I hope he's a good quarterback. But
like I said, he was super decorated in college. Yeah. I just think this game in general, he's going to be head over his head. Like you said, any other defense, I might reconsider it, but not this Browns defense at home. Just can't do it.
He scored so many points with Houston. All right. Yeah. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Battle of the Birds. It's going to be the Seahawks going up against the Baltimore Ravens. As everybody knows, an Osprey is another name for a Seahawk, and a Raven is just a Raven. The Seahawk is the more superior bird in this game, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 6.5 on the road against the Ravens. This is going to be one of the better games on Sunday, but I do think that the Seattle Seahawks are a good football team this season, and I know the Ravens are a good football team. I just think 6 points is way, way, way too many in this matchup. That I think is going to come down to the last possession. Seattle has won 4 of their last 5 games, and their only loss was to the Cincinnati Bengals in their last 5 games, and they should have won that game as well. They just had way too many mistakes in that game. The Ravens have also won 4 of their last 5 games, dropping one against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who now we know best team when playing a tough opponent in a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. But both teams have been playing really well this season. But I think the Seahawks are a better team than what we're seeing. The Ravens looked really good against the Lions a couple games ago, and they should be able to score on the Seahawks in this game. They give up a ton of yards on the ground. I expect the Ravens to keep the ball on the ground for the majority of this game, as they are one of the best rushing teams in the NFL. But I do think Geno Smith and company with Kenneth Walker and DK Metcalf on the outside are going to be able to keep up. If Lamar Jackson does decide to throw, he's had a couple problems with his wide receivers not being able to catch the ball. I'm not saying that those mistakes are going to carry into this game, but it's very possible that it does. The team who plays the cleaner game is probably going to win, so I do think the Ravens are going to win this game somehow. But the Seattle Seahawks should cover the spread. So that's where I'm going to go. Seattle plus 6.5 as my play. Guys, let's go with the player props. Trey, starts off.
Yeah, that was the only one to deliver a loser, but my guy, he got lit up. I gave out Treylon Burks over 25.5 receiving yards versus Steelers. If he would have caught that ball, we would have hit, but he almost got decapitated. So it is what it is.
You got a trip to the hospital, Seth?
Yeah. I need to compose myself because his head hit the ground so hard. But I had DeAndre Hopkins over 52.5 receiving yards. He had over 60, so we hit that one with ease.
Yeah, that one was easy in the first half. And then I had Derrick Henry over 17.5 rushing yards going up against Pitt. He did hit that as well for us. So 2 in one day on Thursday night. Let's sweep the board on Sunday. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to start us off here with one of my absolute favorite plays. Give me Tyreek Hill to go over 93.5 receiving yards against his former team in the Kansas City Chiefs. I claimed this play in the group chat sometime last week because I saw this line and I said that is just way too low, that you're just trying to tempt the cheetah to torch his former team. Because when I tell you that I think he's going to torch the Chiefs, I think that he's going to put up over 200 yards in this game because he has been looking forward to this game since the schedule came out. And he came out and said earlier this week that he's going to give the Chiefs a ton of work throughout this game. So whatever that means, I just think that means that Tyreek Hill is going to go over 200 receiving yards. Because last time I said this, it was against the Giants on October 8th, and he almost hit 200. He got 181. So I do think that we're going to get the elite Tyreek Hill in this game, especially whenever we factor in his play caller is Mike McDaniel, and he's going to want to dial up a ton of plays for him in this game. And I just feel like this line is just so disrespectful because he's entering this game averaging 127 receiving yards per game this season, which is way over this number. And in fact, he's reached at least 94 receiving yards in 5 out of his 8 games so far. So that's a 63% hit rate. But I think this play is closer to an 80%er whenever we factor in he's going up against the Chiefs here. And I also don't think that the Chiefs leaving for Germany late Thursday night is going to bode well for them in this game. The Dolphins, they've been there all week. So the cheetah, he's been able to rest and prep for this matchup. So give me Tyreek Hill to go over 93.5 receiving yards versus the Chiefs.
I love it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, I sure hope he can back that mouth of his up. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry. A little salty about Tyreek Hill. That's all he knows how to do is run his mouth.
You know what the Chiefs could really use is a guy like Tyreek Hill.
Just fast?
Yeah.
No, Tyreek Hill.
The best receiver in the league? Yeah, Tyreek Hill. They could use him.
Yeah, I guess.
If the Chiefs had a player like that,
just say fast. That guy's a stud.
If the Chiefs had a player like that, they'd be Super Bowl bound, 100%.
Oh yeah, well, they'll be fine. They're still Super Bowl bound. You just watch. Delusional Chiefs fan, as you would say. But yeah, I'm going to take another former Chief for my prop as well, and I'm going to take Kareem Hunt to go over a half a touchdown or anytime touchdown on FanDuel or DraftKings. I absolutely love this play with Kareem Hunt this week. Arizona is coming off a game where they gave up 3 rushing touchdowns to Gus Edwards, and Hunt has found the end zone in his last 3 games. Jerome Ford is still dealing with a Nagy injury and has been questionable all week. So I do think with Kareem Hunt starting to get his legs under him and starting to get back to form, I do think Kareem Hunt is going to be a more pivotal piece in this offense. Arizona's rush defense is awful. Browns will probably be leading throughout, and I think whether it comes through the air or on the ground, I do think Kareem Hunt is going to find the end zone at some point in this game against a very porous Arizona defense.
Yeah, I do like that play as well there. For my player prop today, I'm going to be looking at Kyle Pitts to go over 42.5 receiving yards going up against the Vikings. The Atlanta Falcons and Arthur Smith have decided to bench Desmond Ridder for the better quarterback and Taylor Heineke. If you guys were able to catch the second half of the Tennessee Titans game last week between the Falcons, there's a clear choice in the better quarterback here. Taylor Heineke led the team down the field nearly every single drive and got points on nearly every single drive last week. And if it wasn't for a drop, they might have even won that game, making the comeback against the Titans. Whenever Taylor Heineke was in there, he was throwing the ball a lot, and they were moving the ball down the field a lot. And I did notice that when Heineke was playing last week, that he was throwing to the backups more than he was throwing to the number ones. Hodges and Van Jefferson had multiple catches in the second half of the game, while Drake London had just a few, and Kyle Pitts also just had a few targets. However, this week, Taylor Heineke did work with the number ones, and I expect the chemistry to be much better between the younger first-string players and Heineke. Vikings are actually one of the better teams at stopping the run this season as well, so I expect the Atlanta Falcons to let Heineke air it out a little bit. I think this number is just a little bit too low for Kyle Pitts, so I'm going to go over 42.5 yards as my play for him. Guys, let's take a look at the graphic. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I gave out the New York Giants plus 1.5 against my Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders fired everybody. Play caller's a doofus. I love our head coach, but he's just leading blind sheep at this moment. And I also gave out Tyreek Hill over 93.5 receiving yards versus the Chiefs. Former team Cheetah. He's prepped and ready. He has his sights on some delicious elk dinner.
Seth?
Yeah, and I have Cleveland minus 11.5. Toon's going to be up to is making his first career start, and he's going to have some issues in this game against Cleveland. And then I did take Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown, so I think he's going to find the end zone against Arizona at some point in that game.
Yep, and then I've got the Seattle Seahawks plus 6.5 going up against the Ravens. And I also got Kyle Pitts over 42.5 receiving yards. I think Heineke's going to be looking at him a lot in that game. But guys, that's going to do it for our NFL plays and props for Sunday, November 5th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You can click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,